A broken economy, a divided society. America, what happened?
We've had a rough last couple of years here. And, we had a good go with President Trump. It was not perfect, but we had a lot of acceleration. I think both on a spiritual level, but on a political level as well. And, we elected Joe Biden. And the wheels have come off in the last couple of years. And we're now, wrapped up in 2 wars and a declining economy and a difficult stock market. And I would say in America, discouragement, whether you're a liberal or a conservative, a Christian, a non-Christian, there is a general discouragement in the United States of America. And I don't know if we continue to go the way of decline and see things that have happened in certain European countries, or if we're able to lift out of this nosedive. I guess they'll wait and see in the next election cycle.
And what's happened to America? Is it a spiritual crisis or just an issue with policy?
It's absolutely a spiritual crisis. Grace flows downstream. All goodness comes from Almighty God. And America has always had a religious sense to it. And that's been lost in particular over the last, you could say 60 years, but in particular, the last 10 to 20 years. If you just look at the demographics, the polls, you see that belief in God has gone down. And, you kind of see that in real demographics, like the birth rate, divorce rate. These indicators show that the American people are losing their fervor. And, America had more of a spiritual sense, I think even more than Europe in the last 50 years. And it's difficult to see that. I chalk it up to a very aggressive media campaign, both in film, news, advertising, commercial. It's becoming very strong, and there's a strong anti-family bent that's growing in the United States of America. So, yeah, it's most definitely spiritual, and the work I'm in is, of course, political, but also trying to revive the idea of Christ as King. And there is nothing wrong with saying these should be our political convictions, our political beliefs, and we're going to work together because, I don't know, you find them in the Bible, or they are part of natural law, or this is historic Christian political theory. I think there's nothing wrong with that. And I think Christians have shied away from that too long. They think, oh, well, we can't bring our convictions and our faith into the public space. That's created a vacuum, and that vacuum has been filled with radical secularism and agendas that are against the family and against the common good of our nation, United States of America. And of course, that's the same experience in other Western countries.
So the woke takeover of the West and the United States in particular, cancel culture, stifling political correctness, gender ideology, critical race theory, you name it, a whole bunch of contested and frankly, bonkers ideas. You think this has replaced Christianity?
Yes, in particular in the United States in the last 10 to 5 years, the BLM, the Black Lives Matter, there's this increased racial tension. When I was growing up, I think there was less racial tension in the 80s and 90s than there are now in the 2020s in the United States of America. I think the Democratic Party has fostered that. It's a form of Marxism, social Marxism, and putting classes against one another, maybe not economic classes, but ethnic classes. And then also, the LGBT agenda has really been pushed strongly in the last 5 years, really, politically and in the media. And that has eroded a sense of family. They said, oh, we just want to be married. It's just private between us. But it's really been pushed down the American people's throats. And although some are pushing back, if you look at the polls, again, you just look at real facts, more and more Americans are becoming not just tolerant, but acceptant of that radical agenda. And that doesn't bode well for us.